Hussein, we are waiting for others to join and then we'll start.
No issues.
Meanwhile, if you have any questions on any topic, please do ask.
No, as if now I don't have any questions.
So, Hussein, today we will be discussing hub and spoke. It's a very important topic. Okay, I'll start when
Okay.
others join, just letting you know. But before we understand hub and spoke, we'll have to understand UDR. What is UDR? That is also equally important topic. Both
Okay.
topics they mostly ask in interview. So for that we'll require 3 virtual machines for me to explain it to you. Uh, so this is your VNET, right? Dayakar, we are waiting for others to join and then we'll start the session. I mean, Hussein, are you joining from laptop or your mobile?
No, I'm joining from phone. If you want, I can connect my laptop.
Uh, if it is handy, just create one virtual machine under this subnet. Name it UDR VM003. I'm creating 1 and 2 for you. A basic
2 minutes.
Windows machine, any server will do.
Yeah, just 2 minutes.
Under existing VNet and subnet which you have. Hmm. Do you see the name, Hussein?
Yeah.
Similar like this. So create this of UDR VM003. I'm creating 0, 1 and 2. Same region, no availability option. Windows server will do. Smaller server will also do. You don't have to use a big size. Keep a common user ID and name which you can share with me. Normally I keep tap out and password. You can keep anything. Just make sure that you're doing it. You can share it with me. And name should be 003. I'm sending it in the chat. And I'm using
Just
your
need 2 to 3
existing.
minutes.
I have to create one more. We have to create 3 machines for this practical. So while others are joining, we can at least create this. This is standard will also do. Okay, it's a very small practical, though very important topic, but the practical is very small, so we don't have to use SSD and waste our balance. Yeah.
Okay.
Make sure under networking you select your existing virtual network and your default
Okay.
subnet. Do not create a new one.
Okay.
Okay, and allow all these 4.
Okay.
Enable this accelerated networking. Let it be enabled. Load balancing not required. Auto shutdown, whatever you want. We'll just delete it as soon as we're done with the practical. And we'll wait another 2-3 minutes while these machines are created. If no one is joining, we'll start the session. We can ask other people to watch the recording. Meanwhile, Dayakar, is it your first session or have you been joining before this also?
So this
Sorry?
is not he is disconnected, I guess.
Sorry, I couldn't get that, Dayakar. Okay, I guess I
No,
dropped.
he is not there in meeting.
He dropped, I guess. Okay, Hussein, let's start then. I am not sure others are joining or not. So let's start.
Okay.
Before that, sorry for the muffled voice. I'm suffering from mouth ulcer, so this is how you would hear me. I hope that
No, no worries.
it's clear and you
No
can
worries.
understand me, right?
Yeah, I'm able to
Okay.
understand.
So we are talking about hub and spoke. It's very crucial topic. Majority of the time they will ask you in the interview hub and spoke. So let's understand what is hub and spoke. Before that, could you quickly tell me what is a VNet?
VNet is required when we are VNet is a virtual network service wherein with the help of this service we will be able to connect to Azure virtual networks,
I'm not asking VNet
to
peering.
Azure
First,
isolated virtual networks
no, Hussein.
with the help of VNet. There are 2 types of
Hussein, can you
VNet,
hear me?
one which is local and one which is global. So
Hussein,
if we are
can you hear me?
connecting, uh, uh, we have 2 different virtual networks within one
Hussein,
region.
can you hear me?
So
Hussein, can you hear me? Hussein, can you hear me? Hello.
Hello, hi. Sorry, my internet was
No,
disconnected.
no problem. My question
Yeah.
wasn't a VNet peering, Hussein. I was asking what is a VNet.
Okay.
I
VNet is
understood because I
a
was trying to stop you, but I guess you could not hear me. Yeah. My question is
yeah.
what is VNet?
Okay. Virtual network is a service wherein, with the help of this service, we will be able to connect two different isolated networks in Azure.
Oh, no, Hussein, you're not getting my question. I'm not asking what is VNet peering. What you're telling me is VNet peering. My question is what is VNet?
Oh, okay, okay. VNet is an isolated network uh, in Azure is known as a VNet, virtual
Hmm.
network.
Simple. Isolated as in isolated from what?
Isolated from your own premises network
No, I don't have
on
my
premises.
on-prem network, let's say. I'm a new company and I am first time I'm planning to procure some servers and start my services.
It's an isolated virtual network.
Huh, but isolated from what?
Isolated, I didn't get you. Isolated means isolated.
Hmm. From whom are we talking about this isolation? By the way, did you start creating the machine? I don't see VM3. If you have not, so don't create. I will create one. I'm done with two machines.
No, I was about to create machines because I was on the page. Just give
Then
me
do it. Do it then.
one
Yes.
minute.
So isolated from other networks. See, Azure is a public cloud.
Isolated from other network.
Azure is a public cloud. Thousands of companies are there. Right? Maybe Tsoft is there. Maybe UT-Kloud is there. Maybe XYZ company, ABC company. All companies are there on Azure cloud. Right. So how to segregate themselves? That is your
Okay.
VNet. Virtual network gives you an isolation place, which is not connected with other networks or other companies' network, you can say. Is it clear?
Yeah, clear.
Okay. And now VNet we can use in similar in same company also to distribute your development segment, to distribute your production segment. For example, I have 1,000 servers in my company, and out of them 500 for development and 500 are for production. And those two networks that do not need any communication between them. I never want my development people to go ahead and check my production server or do anything on that. At least even save a single notepad, I don't want that. And I don't want my production system engineers to go and check on my development machines. I don't want any kind of communication between them. But I'm a single company, right? I can't create different IDs and everything different just to block the access. So rather than blocking access at operating system level at other level, the simplest thing is that you to you create two different virtual networks, and by default you will not be able to talk to each other. Is it clear?
Yes.
Now we will talk about
Yes.
VNet peering. VNet peering is something which you were explaining earlier.
Okay.
That's fine. I created 2, 3, 5 virtual networks. In live environment, you will see at least 100 or 200 virtual networks. Okay. You see, and initially you created, okay, these two should not talk to each other. Development should not talk to prod. HR should not talk to IT. IT should not talk to legal. And when I'm saying should not talk, it doesn't mean email and everything is blocked. Okay. I meant servers cannot talk to each other. Databases, they cannot talk to each other. That is what I mean. I hope you're getting it, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Because if it is the same company, we're not blocking emails or anything using virtual VNet. VNet is a boundary to stop the communication which happens between machines, like taking remote. I someone who's sitting at HR VNet, I do not want him to take remote of any machine which is in legal department VNet.
Okay.
So that is how we have planned it. Let's say those are VNet virtual networks. And now it comes to your answer. Initially, I planned, let's say I planned that these many VNets I want, okay, and they should not talk to each other. Why? Because those are separate departments. Those all are separate departments, so they should not talk to each other. But later on, some business requirement comes. Let's assume these are my virtual networks. Okay, these are my virtual networks. This could be my HR. This could be admin, or it could be Pune, Mumbai, anything. It's okay. I'm just giving examples. Then maybe it is finance, legal, okay, higher management, and then operation. These are virtual networks. Everything in my virtual network is there. This virtual network has its own PC, its own network security guard, its own subnet, its own uh, storage, its own security, its own firewall. Everything is there in every VNet, and they are isolated. Though all of them, they belong to one single company, but they are isolated. Why? Because I do not want to talk to them. I don't want them to talk to each other. Okay. I don't want HR people go and check some legal document or even log into that legal machine. I don't want that any of the legal machines should be accessible for. This is the reason I created different VNet. Is it clear till now? Though
Yes.
I have already explained VNet many times, but still asking. Hussein, Samitra?
Yeah.
Yes.
Samitra, you joined late, so I was just informing Hussein. I'm suffering from mouth ulcer, so excuse me for this muffled voice. If you don't understand anything, ask me. I'll repeat it. Okay.
Sure, sure.
So let's say these are the computers we have here, and our initial requirement was they should not talk to each other. Hence, we kept them in different VNets, all working fine. Maybe due to some reason, some business issue or some business requirement. Now the condition is uh, higher management VNet should be able to talk to uh, operations. They want to check some details, maybe access some files, do some reporting. So this is the requirement now. So what will you do here, guys? These are our VNet. So which solution are we using then? Now I want these two
VNet.
to communication. Yes, sorry. What are we doing?
We are using clear.
VNet peering. What kind of peering is it? How many types of peering do we have?
We have local and global, two types of VNet.
Local and global. What is the difference?
Local is within region and global is other geographic region.
Now looking at this, what kind of peering it is? The one which I am showing on the picture, what kind of peering it is? This is my VNet. I have mentioned the region also.
Local.
Okay, and now if I create this VNet pairing, what kind of pairing will it be?
Global.
Global. Okay. So this is VNet and VNet pairing. Now we have one more one more question. Is VNet pairing transitive in nature? Now example, I am connecting higher management to operations and higher management to to admin. Does it mean that admin and operations, they can talk to each other by default? What is the status between these two? Can they talk
No,
to
they
each
cannot.
other? Why not?
No, they cannot. It's not transitive in nature.
Hmm. I understand you guys know the answer, okay, but I want you to use jargons that uh, VNet pairing is not transitive in nature.
Sorry.
Sorry, Hussein, what was
Yes,
that?
yes. Yes, it is not transitive in nature.
Huh. Make sure you use jargons. I'm pretty sure by now you know this answer and you know the concept, but in interview, make sure you use jargons that VNets are not transitive in nature, hence this connection is not implied here and these will not be able to talk to each other. I hope it's clear here, right? Now guys, the VNet pairing, it's not only for the internal communication. Here I was talking about maybe East US, sorry, this higher management to operations, maybe admin to higher management. This could be one requirement. Okay, this could be one requirement. Another requirement could be this everything. This is my company. Okay, and I do have different VNets. That's fine. It's a very normal setup. This is my company. I have different VNets. Now I want to communicate to someone at outside. Uh, what will be the solution? Let's say that I am speaking to someone at AWS. And when I say speaking, I meant some service I'm using at AWS. Okay. So I'm using some service at AWS. First thing, what service will I use to connect to AWS? Or it could be an on-prem also, whatever suits you, whatever you like.
Express route.
AWS will we use Express Route?
No, I
We'll
think
use
for on-premise
VPN.
it would express route.
Sorry, what was that? Another one?
We'll use VPN.
Sorry, I can't hear you. Was it Hussein, Samitra?
We'll use VPN.
Yes, we'll use VPN. So how VPN works? Some sort of settings or some configuration will happen here, right? This is the VPN. What are the components of VPN? Frequently asked interview question. What are the components of VPN? Yes, guys.
No, man, can't recall. Sorry.
Make sure guys you read it. At least the crucial one is gateway. गेटवे तो याद रखो, बाकी सब तो ठीक है, बेसिक है, गेटवे को याद रखो. Okay, so if I want to connect, is there any way that I can connect whole company with my AWS? At what level do we configure VPN, by the way?
IP level.
IP, did you say?
Yes.
Not really. Where do we configure our VPN? We don't configure it on IP. Yes, Hussein.
Not even a public IP.
No, IP is one of the components. Public IP, it is one of the components. Question is, where
Okay.
do we configure it? Where will you put that public IP?
On network interface card.
Sorry?
On NIC network interface card.
Hussein, I can't hear you properly. I think there's some. Are you
On
keeping your
NIC.
mic very far from your mouthpiece is very far, I guess. It's not.
No. Is it okay now?
It's better now.
Is it okay now?
It's better.
Okay. On NIC.
No, guys. See, NIC
Public
and
IP.
IP, you assign a public IP on your NIC. That is fine, but that is not where we configure our virtual network, or sorry, that is not where we configure our VPN. We configure our VPN on a VNet level. And to be very specific, in VNet, we create a subnet. Here it is. I have already given the, see, all conditions and everything I have already given here. Guys, please make sure you read. No matter how good you are when it comes to portal, you can maybe create also one VNet pairing, but the questions will be similar, exactly like this. That what are the components? Where do you configure your VPN? Which subnet do you use? Exactly these kind of questions you are going to get. And if you don't answer them, trust me, interviewer do not have any uh, sort of technology. He can put a camera in your brain and understand it, and he doesn't even have time. Even if he understands, he or she understands that you know, but if you're not able to speak, they will not be able to give you a chance because interviews are recorded. They are also answerable, right? It happens most of the time. Even while interviewing, I understand this candidate knows, but if he's not able to speak, he or she is not able to speak, you will not get through. So you should know these jargons. So the components needed, see, that is the reason I have very specifically mentioned here. Components needed for VPN, it's a VNet, it's a gateway subnet, a specific subnet with the name gateway subnet, and a VNet gateway, local network gateway. Here it is, Anmitra, what you were saying, public IP, and then making a connection between them. So public IP, it is just one of the components. These are the components. It all happens at VNet level. On VNet, we create a secret subnet, a separate subnet. I mean, the one which we are working on. Other than that, we create a subnet only for the VNet VPN VPN purpose. Only for VPN, we create a subnet, and that subnet has to have this name, gateway subnet. You cannot have gateway subnet 1, gateway subnet 2, XYZ, ABC. No, it has to have this name, a strict name, gateway subnet. Like we have for Azure Bastion, similar we have for gateway subnet. So make sure you remember these key components, that VNet has to be there, a subnet has to be there, that subnet has to have this name, VNet gateway has to be there, local network gateway has to be there, public IP has to be there, and connection, we will need to set up a connection. See, in interview, they are not going to give you a screen that, okay, do the setup for me. जहाँ पे आप click करोगे and you will remember things. No, that is not going to happen. You will have to remember things and you have to say it orally and verbally. Okay. So coming back to topic, guys, these are the components will require. So now where it happens, the connectivity at VNet level. So let's say that I'm planning to connect my finance VNet with this AWS. It could be anything. Okay, let's say that AWS is my auditing partner. Maybe my AWS is doing some audit for me, or maybe I have hired some auditing partner, KPMG or Deloitte or PwC, anyone, and they are accessing our services through AWS. Their setup is in AWS, and that is the reason I want this connection to happen. Okay, so I want one connection to happen from my company to this company. Okay, they are here, but when I say company, can we do it exactly on company level? We just discussed we cannot, right? When I say company, it is a tenant, it is a domain. We can't do that. We'll have to do it at VPN level or VNet level. The VPN always work at the VNet level. So this connection I am planning to establish. Is it is it clear, guys?
Yes.
Now the components which we discussed just now, those components will get here. It's a subnet will require, which is gateway subnet, a public IP, and etc. will get here. Similar thing will get here, and then we'll do the connection. So now they are able to talk to each other. Is it clear? Now after having this, they're able to talk to each other. After setting up the connection, they will be able to talk to each other. But the question here is, I have hired this company, whoever is there under AWS, whoever has their setup. I have hired this company to do the auditing of my of my company, all VNets and everything. But I have created a connection only to finance VNet. Now, how will I extend this connection? How do I extend this connection? Or do you suggest that I should create one more VNet from admin to here, then operation to here? Let's give a name here. Let's say this is my auditing partner, PwC. Okay. So this is my audit partner. Okay. I have hired PwC to audit my company, not one virtual network, but I have created this connection. Now, how do I expand this connection? That is the question. Yes, guys. How do I expand this connection? Or are you suggesting that I should have are you suggesting that I should have a VNet VPN connection from admin to PwC, from operation to PwC, from higher management to PwC, from HR to PwC, from legal to PwC? Is this what you are suggesting, or do you guys have any other idea?
So they
Yes,
need to access all the VNets, right? The
yes.
PwC, the
PwC is
auditor.
my audit partner, and they want to audit my complete setup on my in my company, not a particular VNet. But is there any way that I can do the VNet peering, this VPN on company level? I mean, though I'm saying it's a business term that you audit my company, but technically connection will happen at VNet level, right? There's no way that two tenants or two domains can be connected. Connection has to be there in networking. Connection has to be there in two virtual networks. So I have done that. Fine, I have done that successfully using my gateway subnet, using the public IP, using the connection settings, everything. I have successfully connected PwC's their virtual network. Obviously, they will also have virtual network. In AWS, we have VPC. Like we have VNet here, they have VPC. So people who will be working from PwC, they also have a small VNet here. They call it VPC. Just for your understanding, I'm calling it uh, VNet. Maybe they also have it here. 100 users are here who will be working on my project, or maybe 10, a team of 10. They will be auditing my company. Okay, so it is connected till finance. It's fine. They are able to access finance. Now I want to extend the connection. They are not here to audit only finance VNet or finance department. They are here to audit my company. So what do you suggest next?
So, okay, can I try?
Yeah, please.
So I think that if we create one VNet, okay, wherein like a gateway VNet, and wherein we connect, these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 VNets uh, to that gateway VNet, and that gateway VNet should be connected to PwC audit partner.
No, could you explain it again? Tell me, I'll draw it. Maybe you're on correct path, I guess. Just but elaborate it.
So we have these 6 VNets, different.
Let me. I'm deleting this one also. Fine. Now tell me.
Okay, so we just create
Hmm.
one more VNet.
Okay, you want me
Okay,
to create one more VNet? Fine. This is my
within
VNet.
our
What name should I give?
gateway VNet.
Okay. No, don't use gateway. Gateway subnet is there. Okay. Don't
Okay.
get confused.
Okay, sorry. Any
Okay. Fine.
now just name it as a common VNet, maybe.
Done.
Okay, yeah.
Next.
Connect these 1, 2, 3, 4 these VNets to this one.
What this one you meant
This
HR?
6 VNets. Yeah, all the VNets to Hussein.
Okay. Now what?
And then PwC VNet to this Hussein VNet.
Samita, do you agree with this solution?
No, not really sure.
Okay. Yeah, that is correct though. And this is your hub and spoke model, guys. You yourself explain it. It's good. That's what I'm asking you guys, that keep answering correct, incorrect, that is secondary. This is your hub VNet and these are your spoke VNet. That is it. This is the whole concept of hub and spoke VNet. Nothing more than that, not an iota. Though we'll see the configuration and everything, how it works, everything we'll see. But this is your hub and spoke model. Is it clear? As this is about to finish, I will stop the session and we'll start it immediately without any break using the same link. Anyone has any doubt, by the way, in this one?
Yes. So this thing VNet pairing is not this thing transitive in nature, na? Then how is this working here? Is it because of the hub and spoke?
Oh, wait, let's restart the session and I'll answer that.
Okay.
When I say it's not transitive in nature, right? What I mean, it cannot this one cannot speak to this one. Now, what is your question? That how come? Give me the
Now over
specific
here,
question. Which VNet is talking to